Stun Fist full sends the Earthquake runs for heavy neutral damage. Ty looking to return the favour, full sending the Focus Blast, but does the opponent respect the damage? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are cranking that spice right up. I'm talking Carolina Reaper style. In the lead, we're going to be taking a look at one of the Great League's forgotten Pokemon. In the early seasons, Hypno was quite dominant. It's making its glorious, triumphant return. But not just any Hypno, we're repping that YOLO, Hail Mary, Focus Blast as the nuke. Team partners today are going to be Legacy, Shadowclaw, Alolan Sandslash, and let's keep that spice red hot. We're going to be taking a look at Beautifly. A Pokemon I've never seen in my 15 seasons of battling. It's repping Infestation as its quick move, the nuke of Bug Buzz, and coverage move of Air Cutter. Air Cutter is the one and only flying charge move that's even worse than Aerial Blast. Need I say more? Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game 1 we see the Dream Lead. Hypno into Poliwrath, the opponent say switches into Galvantula and Ty answers with Alolan Sandslash. Ty looks to call the lunge bait, however the opponent is not baiting, and my god, Discharge gets us deep into the red. Ty survives though, hangs on, throws the Ice Punch, drawing a Protect Shield. The opponent does get the fall. Volt Switch farm down, he now sends back out Hypno. We see the instant shield deployed on the lunge. Hypno gets the full Confusion farm down. The opponent unlikely to return with Poliwrath, as this is a dreadful matchup, especially when Hypno has a huge energy lead. The opponent, to my absolute surprise, do send out Poliwrath. My god, what the hell is in the back trainer? Ty throws the Thunder Punch. The opponent lets it go. Even after the lunge debuff, Poliwrath now below half health. The opponent returns fire with the Ice Punch, and that's why they're returned with Poliwrath, as they have a Haunter in the back. Hypno fires off the Thunder Punch, drawing the last shield, and it's now time for Beautifly to come in and attempt to do something. Last second, Ty commits a shield, and what a shield. The opponent YOLO'd the Shadow Ball. Beautifly now makes the Air Cutter. If you're wondering just how garbage a move this is, 55 energy for 60 damage. However, Haunter has 0 defense. Air Cutter secures the knockout back out. Comes Poliwrath. And would you ever see this anywhere else other than on this channel? We get back-to-back Air Cutter knockouts and take that game. Beautifly new meta confirmed. You heard it here first. In the next battle, we see Hypno into Ninetales. The opponent throws absolutely dreadful timing, so when using 3 turn versus 4 turn, ideally you want to throw after 1 quick move or 5 quick moves. Speaking of good quick move timing, Ty doesn't let me down. He throws optimal fast move timings when using 4 turn versus 3 turn. You want to ideally throw after 2 quick moves or 5 quick moves. That would be 8 turns versus 9 turns, or 20 versus 21. Ty gets the knockout. The opponent sends out a Bomber Snow, and do they know? We're YOLOing the Focus Blast. Focus Blast goes unshielded, get absolutely wrecked. Hypno almost solos the entirety of the team. We've got 2 great responses for this Shadow Vic. The opponent hanging on to 2 shields, but they can save them shields for next season. Ty going to shield up the Acid Spray. We're now going to be able to Infestation farm all the way down, but as Ty loves a good BM, he throws the Bug Buzz on the 1 HP, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Buckle up, guys. I think this one is going to be a good one. In the next battle, we see the battle of yellow Pokemon. Hypno into a shiny Azam Bomberill. Shout out Shady for that reference. The opponent attempts to catch the Thunder Punch onto Sableye. No such luck. We answer with Beautifly. Beautifly getting torn apart by the Shadow Claws. Ty shields up the foul play. Evidently our Butterfly not that bulky, as we're already down to half health. Ty gonna YOLO the Bug Buzz. The opponent shows no respect. Yet another one shot. I can't quite believe what I'm seeing, but this Butterfly returning Pokemon to their Pokeballs left, right and centre. The opponent sends out Altaria. We look to make the Air Cutter. We don't make it, however. We got a great response for Altaria in the form of Shadow Alolan Sandslash. The opponent can throw whatever they like. Sandslash resists absolutely everything the opponent stays in. Ty looks to throw the Ice Punch. The opponent makes an absolutely savage catch, catching the Ice Punch onto a Azumarill, but Ty goes for the Wham Bam combo play, serving up that Big Mac and the fries, forcing the Protect Shield back on the Thunder Punch. Bulky Hypno really doesn't give a flying fuck about Azumarill's charge move. Play rough, doesn't do all that much damage. We tank it on the chin, return fire with the Thunder Punch, forcing the final Protect Shield. Azumarill now farms up, throws another charge with, and Ty just going to Hypno go down, putting all his hopes and dreams on the back of Sonic the Hedgehog. Back out comes Sonic, aka Sandslash. Ty over farms, throws the Drill Run will be securing the knockout. When Altaria does return, we're only 2 Shadow Claws away from the Ice Punch, but Ty, being the BM master that he is, plays with his food, gives the opponent a false glimmer of hope, shielding up the sky attack. We're now going to throw the ice punch, going to high out area, buy out area, get absolutely fucking wrecked. GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle we see Hypno into the bulky owl. This owl has access to Shadow Ball, the opponent farms up to what could be a Shadow Ball. We see Ty invest the Protect Shield and the opponent is not baiting. Ty farms up to the back-to-back Thunder Punches, he's going to fire off the first. The first one draws the Protect Shield. We look to throw back-to-back, but we lose CMP, the opponent at another Shadow Ball. But bulky Hypno doesn't care, we shrug it off. We're at the second Thunder Punch. Is the opponent willing to go down 2 shields? No, they're not. Knocked down now deep in the red. Can Hypno get the confusion farm down? Yes, we can. Shout out baby girl, trying to distract our good boy Ty out here, but Ty, not distracted, fires off the Thunder Punch, chipping Azumarill. He then sends out Sonic, the opponent aggressively switch out into Toxicroak. Our Butterfly should have a good matchup against fighters, however it absolutely doesn't, especially not Toxicroak. As due to their poison fighting type in our infestations, our triple resisted Ty, over farming heavily. I believe this is just a Mud Bomb. The opponent threw the Sludge Bomb the first time, then settled for a Mud Bomb. A very strange play. Ty fires off the Air Cutter, goes unshielded back out, comes Azumarill, and we're going for that Bug Buzz. Fishing for that debuff, Bug Buzz is resisted. The opponent invests that Protect Shield, probably not knowing the moveset. However, don't worry trainer, I also didn't know, so don't feel too bad if you watch him. If the opponent has Hydro Pump, this is going to be game over for Ty. The opponent doesn't have the pump, and this gives us a good shot at winning this game. We fire off the Drill Run. Drill Run gets Azumarill into the red. However, Azumarill already at the next play rough. Come on, Sonic, you can survive. Fuck my life, we do survive, but we do get Bubble Farm down. Can Beautifly make the Air Cutter? Who was worried? The Butterfly says, I've got you, team, and we managed to take an incredibly close game. Moving on to the next battle, Hypno into Metachan, you love to see it. Due to Metachan's Psychic, fighting type in the confusions are neutral, whereas we resist the counters. The opponent again throws an alignment. So if you're using 2 turn versus 4 turn, just throw on odd numbers, unlike this opponent. Ty overfarms heavily, looking to fake a potential Shadow Ball. The opponent respects the Shadow Ball. We don't have it, but you've always got to fake it till you make it. Metachan fires off. Ice Punch doesn't do too much. The opponent then send out Az and Bomberill, and we're going to chip and dip. Thunder Punch going to do some solid chip damage, and here comes Sonic. Sandslash just has to be mindful of a potential Hydro Pump. However, this is too soon for a Hydro Pump. I believe this is only a play rough. Ty does shield it up though, looking to keep Sandslash fairly healthy. He's then going to return fire with the Drill Run. Drill Run won't be lethal, however we should be able to get the Shadow Claw farm down afterwards. Azumarill would make a charge move. Ty fires off the Ice Punch on the CMP. Ty Ice Punch secures the knockout. Back out comes Metachan, we make the Ice Punch. Counter tearing us apart, but Sonic hangs on. Ice Punch draws the final Protect Shield. The opponent then commit to the aggressive counter farm down. Ty now sends out the Butterfly, and we're going to commit no shield. Ice Punch, ouch, that hurt. The opponent's final Pokemon is the Bear Trap, and let's fucking go. You all know what time it is. We shield up the Rockside. Ty, 2 confusions away from that big Focus Blast coverage. It's going to be high Bear Trap by Bear Trap. Get absolutely wrecked. Back out comes Metachan, and 2 confusions is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see the Ice Queen Frostlass in the lead. Hypno not actually too bad in this match. I was just look at the confusion damage. So oppressive. The opponent does us a huge favour, throwing an alignment. However, they're running Crunch. Interesting. We tank that. Despite it being super effective, Ty returns fire with the Thunder Punch. We then see the aggressive switch into Sandslash, committing no Protect Shield. The opponent goes for the double resisted Avalanche. You love to see it, but what you don't love to see is Haxorus. We fire off the Ice Punch. Ice Punch should be forcing a Protect Shield. The opponent now all shields down. Ty going to send out the Butterfly. This Butterfly does double resist the counter damage. However, we definitely aren't going to resist this break-in swipe. Ty shields the first. Haxorus already at the second. Ty not going to shield this up. This is going to do a lot. Come on, Butterfly. Ouch. We just about hang on. We make the Air Cutter 2-stage debuff. Does Air Cutter knock out? Yes, it does. We then pivot back into Hypno. Hypno looking for the aggressive confusion farm down. Show me something like Bastiodon in the back. Please, I beg of you. We shield up the Crunch. The opponent's final Pokemon is Swampert. Unfortunately, Focus Blast not going to one-shot. Focus Blast does rock him deep into the red. Hypno looking to get the confusion farm down. Swampert says no. Fires off the Hydro Cannon. Can our butterfly infestation down before the next Hydro Cannon? We cannot, and unfortunately we take a loss. GG's to that opponent. In the next battle, we see bulky Hypno into the bulky Owl. The opponent farms up to a potential Shadow Ball. Ty, not going to respect it, and that does a lot of super effective damage. Ty, again, farms up, returns fire with the Thunder Punch. Is knocked out, willing to invest in early Protect Shield? No, they're not. Ty looks to throw the next Thunder Punch, and he makes it before Knockdown strikes back. Thunder Punch draws a Protect Shield. The opponent now looking to get the aggressive Wing Attack farm down. No, they actually get scared, throwing energy, and Ty just going to sack Hypno. Despite Knockdown being in the red, Ty doesn't really have any way of fast moving this thing down, as our Shadow Claws are double resisted and our infestations are also resisted. We shield up the Shadow Ball. Ty over farms heavily before unleashing the Ice Punch. Ice Punch secures the knockout. A lot of Knockdown come with Metachan. Ty spams out into Beautifly, probably fearful of a potential Metachan. The opponent actually brought out Trevenant into Sandslash. Very questionable. The opponent's final Pokemon is Lantern. We full send the Bug Buzz. We get the defense drop. Infestation now tearing through Lantern. Ty just going to let Beautifly go down, putting all his hopes and dreams on the back of Sandslash. Sandslash going to be able to tank anything this opponent throws. They throw the Surf. Sandslash looking for the Shadow Claw farm down, and we get it. Ty now just has to farm up to the back-to-back Ice Punches. The first one will be forcing the final shield, and the second one will be vanquishing this tree back to their Pokeball. High tree, bye tree. Get absolutely wrecked. GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see another Core Breaker. Both Hypno and our Butterfly don't particularly fancy the smoke of this Jellyfish. Ty stays in. The opponent builds up to the Shadow Ball. Ty looks to call the bait. The opponent full sends the Shadow Ball. Hypno shrugs it off. Ty over farms, baiting his own Shadow Ball, looking to put some shield pressure on this Jellyfish. The Jellyfish puts up a shield and Ty pivots out into Sonic. The Jellyfish again at a Shadow Ball, and we see Ty respect it with a Protect Shield, and the opponent masturbates us with a Surf. Ty now over farms. The opponent goes for yet another Surf and easy no shield. If the opponent doesn't pivot, Sandslash is going to get a huge Shadow Claw farm down. Ty gets the full farm down. The opponent now going to send in Wallface, and Wallface is going to be met with a double super effective drill on the first one. Going to land for huge super effective damage. Ty then throws one Shadow Claw and the next one for optimal fast move timing. Bastiodon straight in and straight out. The opponent's final Pokemon is the flying variant of Umbreon, aka Mandibuzz, and Sonic still not done. Fires off the Ice Punch. Ice Punch forces the final Protect Shield. Ty then looks to catch a move onto Hypno. The Snarl takes us out. Back out comes Sandslash. We make the Ice Punch. Ice Punch going to land for super effective. Although let's not kid ourselves, not that much damage as this Mandibuzz is so fucking thick. It's now all down to our delicate little Butterfly to take out this Vulture. The opponent fires off the super effective Aerial Ace. And in case you needed another reminder of why I call it Aerial Ace, that just doesn't get the job done. Ty shields up the next one. We make the neutral Bug Buzz. And that is going to be all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we Hypno into their Bear Trap. Usually not the best matchup, as due to their steel typing, our oppressive confusion damage does essentially nothing. The opponent farms up to what could be an Earthquake. We see Ty not respecting shit, as Stunfisk doesn't hit all that hard. The opponent full sends the Earthquake. Ty looking to return the favour, full sending the Focus Blast. The question is, does the opponent respect the damage? They do not, get absolutely wrecked. Hypno vanquishes Stunfisk back to their Pokeball. The opponent having to think what to bring, and they bring out Shadow Vic, and look at the confusion damage. Vic now already down to half health. Ty now sends out Sandslash. Sandslash looks for the farm down. The opponent's final Pokemon is the Flying Toilet, and Sandslash now primed to sweep the first Ice Punch. Draws the first Protect Shield. Sandslash says there's plenty more of where that came from. We're so far ahead in energy. Ty shields up the Weather Ball. He's now farming up. He then looks to make a catch onto the Butterfly. The Butterfly getting torn apart by the Wing Attacks. Ty just going to completely sack the Butterfly. Thank you very much for your contribution. However, Sonic is going to clean up. Pelipper fires off a Weather Ball, forcing our final Protect Shield. Ty now farms up to the back-to-back Ice Punches. The first one will be forcing the final shield, and the second one is going to knock this toilet straight out of the sky. Get them absolutely flushed out of here. See you fucking later. Back out. Come Shadow Vic. Uh-oh, Leaf Blade might actually be quite close to knocking us out. However, the opponent throws the Acid Spray. We shrug it off and manage to take that game. Huge shout out to Ty for the incredible battle submission. I'll be honest, my motivation to play and battle at the moment is quite low. I'm feeling so burnt out, much like Callum on Toast. This season I've spent like 2 million just on free Pokemon. I've had to grind so hard. to bring you some of these really spicy showcases and it's just taking the fun out of it. However, when I receive these incredible battle submissions, it reminds me of why I love this game, because that was incredible. Landing them surprise nukes on unsuspecting opponents. But if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. I know recently some of my videos have had quite scuffed audio. I'm not particularly sure why my phone is playing up and compressing videos in that way. However, I do look to buy a laptop pretty soon. Hopefully we'll get some face cam action so you can see my incredible reactions for how surprised I am with some of the mad plays. But as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.